Hey, so today we're going to talk about the 5 worst things about living in Barrie. I will show you what I'm talking about. So, the first thing is the weather. The second is the cottage country traffic. The third is tourists. The fourth is intercity traffic and construction. And the five is the homeless issue. So, the weather in Barrie is very cold, very snowy and blowy. So in the middle of the city, it's not too bad as far as the blowing, but when you get out into the highways and the lines going, down over to Angus or Innisfil, it's pretty snowy, blowy, whiteout conditions. And in the city streets, the plows are pretty good, and the rain, the salt and stuff is done in a pretty timely manner. But we get a lot of snow, and you're responsible for the sidewalk out front of your house if you have a sidewalk. But we're in the snow belt, and you need good snow boots and snow tires. Number two is the cottage country traffic. Now, this is something else. On Thursdays, Fridays, and on Sunday nights, all the cottage people. This is actually the Bayfield cutoff in Barrie, and this is Highway 400 coming down from the Muskokas. And that's what it's like every single Sunday. Now, normally by Thanksgiving, it kind of stops. Even in September, it slows down. Now, the northbound is like that on Thursday and Fridays. So if you're going around the city, you never get on the 400. You do back roads all over because the 400 is a gong show. The third is the tourists. Now, I understand they bring money to the city, and that's not a bad thing, but this is Kempenfeld Park, and look at how beautiful it is. You could sit and enjoy. Well, that's not how it is. On the weekends, it's like this. Um, there's a million people down there. The park is full. You can't get a parking spot. People are lined up on the roads. It's a gong show. So nobody that lives here goes here on the weekends because it's just craziness. And I've had issues with they leave food a lot in the park. Like my dog has picked up a chicken bone, a pork chop bone, like they're barbecuing and they're leaving garbage everywhere and food, dangerous food to animals. Um, it's a problem for the people that live here. This is what it looks like. Like I know it's enjoyable for the people that come here and they love it, but for us residents who pay the taxes, it's a pain because we can't enjoy our own waterfront in the summertime. So the traffic in Barrie in the city on a daily basis between traffic backups and construction, it makes you crazy. The last 4 or 5 years, there's construction everywhere. This is Mapleview. So the cutoff on Mapleview, that's where all the shopping is and stuff. So between 4 and 6, 4 and 6:30 every single day, it's backed up. You're sitting there through 2 or 3 lights. It's a gong show there. This is what it's like trying to come off the off ramp, and everybody's piled up. The Bayfield exit gets bad too. Mapleview and Bayfield are the worst too. And here's the construction. Now, everybody's been talking about this year. It is backed up everywhere. Like my niece lives in town and it's taking her 20 minutes longer to take her kids to school because no matter what street she goes down, it's under construction. This is what we're living in. This is like Tiffin Street to come to my office every day. And it's been like this for, I don't know, 4 or 5 months. The Manette's Point is closed down for 6 months. It's makes you crazy. This is what happens in the wintertime for the on 400 in the commuter. So at least 3 or 4 times a year, we get huge pileups and accidents on the 400. Then they shut the 400 down, and then everybody's trying to get diverted. So one big thing is you need snow tires, and you need to be very aware of your surroundings. And a lot of us, if it's that bad, we don't go into work. So this is our last thing. So we have a problem with homelessness in Barrie. And there's a bunch of them now sitting at the off ramps, at every off ramp, and asking for money and stuff. And I see them, you know, sitting outside the drugstore and say, like downtown Barrie, around the waterfront area on the city side. There's a lot of homeless people there. The issue is for us that live here, it's discerning, right? Like you see it all over the place. And the council, this is an older article, but the city council has been trying to deal with this for years. Now, one of the issues is we have the mission here, and we have a couple homeless shelters, and the reason is because everybody, we're the only one in Simcoe County that has these things. So if you're homeless and you're from Penetang or Midland or Innisfil, you come here because this is the only place where there's shelter and there's services. So we've had these tent cities popped up around the town, and the council's also been trying to deal with that and stop that, because obviously they can't have all these tents up around the town. I'm not saying I'm not sympathetic to their plight, because I am. It's just hard for the people that are living here. If you're going downtown and I'm by myself, I'm walking my dog, and you know, they're all on each corner, it can be a little bit discerning. So that, for me, are the 5 worst things about living in Barrie. I'm going to also do the 5 best things, because there are a lot of good things as well.